Hey, welcome back. We got a new guest today, new first-time guest. All right, taking over the Louise Hornets head coaching job. Louise Hornets last year were a playoff team, by the way. This guy's coming in to try to make them a better team. Leaving Stockdale, heading to Louise from our dear friend Coach Alvarez's staff, by the way. I'm sure you got great things to say about that guy. But Mr. Cameron Murrah, head coach. How does that how does
Yeah.
that HC feel like by your name now? Now that you kind of left the
Man,
nest, you know?
it's almost surreal, dude. Like I think that's what every young coach sets out to do right away. And doing it, my seventh year as a coach is kind of a big deal for me. I have I think everybody sets goals from, and that was a short term goal for me to just be a head coach. But I did it with the right people, and I can't say enough amazing things about Shawn Alvarez.
It's our guy
That
right
dude
there.
trained, dude. He trained me from day one. I told him what I wanted to do when he brought me over from Cuero with him to Kennedy, and from day one till now, he's the reason why where I am. I can't say enough good things about that dude.
Hell yeah. No, I'm sure he's gonna like that. I was gonna see if we could start like maybe a fake beef between you and Coach Alvarez. Maybe y'all meet in the playoffs or something. He'll be
Well,
going
since I've
online
taken the
saying,
job,
yeah,
well,
this
since
guy, I
I've
gave
taken
him
the job,
everything, and he turns on me like that.
he's asked to scrimmage or play, and I said, Coach, we're not doing that. You're 3A, we're not doing that.
Okay, well, hey, you ain't got nothing to lose when it comes to that, though. That'd be something for everybody to want to see, I think, right?
Bragging rights right
We
there.
watch that. We all watch that. Okay, so how I guess before we get into it, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on right there. What made you feel like you were kind of ready to leave Coach Alvarez's staff? I guess the question is, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the responsibility? I think it's a big jump from being a coordinator, assistant coach, kind of to an AD. They're taking over your own school. So if you can kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a perfect time. I think there's always a time. These opportunities don't come often. They're very hard to get. I
Mm-hmm.
will say that. But I think for about the last 7 years of my career, since I left Cuero and joined Coach Alvarez, every year he had been giving me more opportunity and more ownership of things. And it for me, I always told him that it would have to be the right situation for me. And it's a good 2A D2 school, number one, but number two is the superintendent that's here. He's a longtime powerlifting coach. He's been a long time in the powerlifting world around Region Five. Richard Wright. I've linked up with him multiple times before, and he called me and said, "You want to interview?" And that's really kind of when it took off. He told me all the things about the place, but one big thing for me was is he had belief in me. He told me going into it, I was his number one candidate, kind of thing. And so having that feeling, number one, was what made me, I guess, really take the jump off the high dive. But number two is knowing that I was ready. I've been trained up for this moment. I can successfully say that like when I walked away from Stockdale, I knew I was ready. Sean helped me to get to where I'm at. Everything that he did, everything for as many butt chewings that I got, and
Mm-hmm.
those long talks of what I was doing wrong or right. Everything that had processed up to that point made it the opportunity for me to take. It was just no questions asked.
Got you. So got an old school gym bro. People that can't see you, I know you're a little swole too. So powerlifting head
Oh yeah.
coach, lifting head coach. Let's fucking take over the gym over here, boy. Let's take over the school. Everybody's on creatine. Everybody's taking protein shakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have us a hell of a season. Hell of a season. Okay. Head coach at 2A D2 is what you guys are, correct? I saw you guys district. It looks a little tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Y'all got Fall City there, Shiner. Those two teams in itself, look like a pretty good challenge there. But it seems like you guys are ready for the challenge. Are you guys getting into the spring workouts already, or kind of I'm spring?
Yeah,
Sorry,
man.
summer.
So I hit the ground on April 29th. We took over. And I got over here and I kind of laid the groundwork, kind of foundation. This summer we've been averaging about 52 kids,
Hell
boys,
yeah.
and that's high school boys and junior high. Not so much junior high, more high school boys. We're averaging about right at the 38-40 mark for high school boys. So we're really doing really well on that. Kids are buying into the system. We're running slot T, gun T, so we're kind of doing the same thing. So really kind of paving that groundwork. We've been really hitting the weight room off. We were doing it 4 days a week when during the school week, and then when we got out summer, we've just been killing it. You think it's funny, but we put them on protein after
Oh,
workouts. They've been eating and drinking, and we're just living by the weight room. We got a really good senior group, core group, and then we got a really big, fixing to be sophomore group. So they're kind of two classes are kind of sandwiching our sophomores and our freshmen. So it's gonna be really 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 special. I think it's a good year. We do it's a Fall City and Shiner. They're always tough.
mhm.
And but you look at the rest of our schedule. I think I've told our coaches I don't see why we can't go 8-2, 7-3.
Yeah.
Look at it. The way that our district and our schedules aligned. It's going to make for a long year, but a very very rewarding. Once we get to that district mark and we're 5-0. So
Hell yeah.
I don't see why we couldn't. I know there's going to be some tall tasks in front of us, but the kids I'm looking at, man, it was nothing. It's nothing what I was told when I got here.
Gotcha. Baby steps. Baby steps. There you go.
So you're
Who
saying the
knows?
rest
You
of
go
Yeah.
9-1, 10-0. Who knows? What's up?
saying the rest of the district's cake, huh?
Oh.
Oh,
I
Sorry.
wouldn't say it's cake, but it's definitely comparable in terms of like our athleticism. You look at Charlotte, you look at Yorktown, you look at Pettis. Are those are very comparable teams? Those Fall Cities and Shiners. They're always Shiner might win state in 2A D2 this year, and I
Pretty
say
sure they're the
might, they will.
favorite. Yeah.
Dude, they're freaking loaded. But then you look at Fall City, and I'm watching Fall City and listening and knowing the reports about them. That quarterback hasn't even he didn't run track during the spring. He's still recovering from his hip. And then their backup quarterback, Kane Dragaitis, who moved from Kennedy, he's in a back binder. His back's broke. So
Oh.
they not having that stud athlete. Fall City becomes more mortal than they are immortal if you look in terms of that. So you never know. We just kind of roll the dice and let's go play football is what I've been telling them.
Oh
We
yeah.
focus one game at a time. But in terms of our district, they're very comparable games versus what I've seen in a district before.
Yeah. Hard work. That'll get you there.
It's okay. I said they were cake, so
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Before
I'll let
I was like,
Austin.
eh,
I'll let Austin piss somebody off.
Yeah.
We'll
Not
talk
me.
about that off camera.
yeah.
Yeah,
We might be getting these guys on the show. Also,
Yeah.
yeah. Murrah said you weren't shit. I'm just playing. We welcome anybody on here, by the way. So you guys got a lot of returning lettermen, or was it kind of you got a kind of a younger team coming up? Lose a lot of seniors. What do we got? What do we got there as far as coming back?
It's got a really good mix. We got a good group of seniors that are going to lay the foundation. We got a really really good salty quarterback. He made the regional finals in the 100. His name's Connor Gonzalez. He
Ooh.
can. And he's very smart. Leads the team. Then we got a really good running back named McKinnon Cash. He was hurt last year all year, so he
Great
came
name.
back, man. Yeah, dude, he looks the part, man. He
Yeah,
is an
great name.
athlete. And then we got a really solid, strong tackle. His name's Noah Crane. He's about 6'3", about 260, and he's a mean. He has that tenacity in him. We got some really big role players, senior guys. Got some guys that didn't even play football last year that are coming out. That are juniors. We got a really good junior crop. We got two twins that are play running back. We have a center that didn't play football last year. His name's Caleb Bram. He's a thick kid, probably about 5'10", about 240, 250. Really solid, can move well. And so we got a really good group. Like I said, that senior group, we have a big senior group, but then we have a big sophomore group
Mhm.
coming up as well. And
That's
then it's
good.
sandwiched by a smaller junior class and then a freshman class. And then behind them, we have a really big eighth grade group, really big eighth grade group. And there's a lot of talent, a lot of talent that's untapped as well. I got here and, there's things that I heard, about places and you can only believe so much, because remember, we told you stories about when we got to Kennedy, they said, oh, it was terrible. It's Kennedy. And by the third year, we went 9-3 with those terrible kids. So,
Yeah.
you only bring so much, but the kids have bought in extremely well here, dude. I'm very, very, very impressed.
Sorry. Dude,
Very
my
professional.
laptop almost died. I'm sorry. I
Very
couldn't plug it in.
professional.
No, that sounds exciting, man. I like that. I like how you drop names of the kids like that. That's great. That's great for you. So, as far as your future goes, you were saying y'all got good eighth graders going too. You guys are looking. You guys are looking that far back in terms of what's coming in the future. So that's exciting there. And you guys are right down the road from Ganado, so you know the athletes there in Ganado. We know some people there. We can kind of move them your way. You want us to? Possibly,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I told Irvin at 707, dude. I said your backups. You just send them my way,
Send them
dude.
your way.
We could use a couple of them.
Yeah.
Dude, they're salty, bro. I'm telling you, Irvin's done a really good job of that program. I commend him a lot. I mean, he runs it real well. He's a little rough around the edges from time to time, but that's just Irvin, dude. Deep down, he's a good dude. But we actually stole one of their coaches, longtime friend of mine. He went to high school with me, Josh Dews. He's going to be my OC.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were at the ring ceremony when they mentioned that he was the
Yeah.
only one
yeah.
leaving from the staff.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I took him. I offered him to him. For him, it was a young guy with an opportunity. Kind of train him up like Sean did me.
hmm
But bringing him in is a value and an asset because he can show those kids, physically and verbally, like, look, these are the steps in the process of what it takes to win a championship
hmm
because I've done it. You know what I mean? And so, me doing it in 2018 is a little bit different than him doing it right next door last year. You know what I mean? So,
I got you.
um, it's good for him to come on board. He's been a huge asset in terms of kind of getting a program started.
Okay. He can go up to them kids like the whole Friday Night Lights thing. Hey, go get
Can,
y'all one of these right here.
Yeah, yeah,
Go get you one of these.
yeah.
can you touch that?
Go ahead, Dustin. You got a couple questions?
Yeah, I know you kind of touched on, quarterback. Who do you kind of eyeball or see maybe that could maybe, be like your middle linebacker or whoever that is that's gonna lead the defense, maybe the free safety, whoever it is.
Man, I tell you, you heard me say the twins. His name is Dawson and Tanner Lott. They're twins,
Okay.
and dude, they are. Man, the best way I can describe Dustin that you could remember is Rylan Rao's mentality in a Jaden Choppa body.
Okay. That's actually a
He's
very good
yeah,
comparison.
Dawson's very aggressive. We're going to be running a 4-3 ish type scheme. Coach Vella's running our defense. He came in. I brought him in from Wartburg University. He's been the D line coach for a while there. He's been there for about 6-7 years.
Okay.
And we're kind of running a 4-3 type ish scheme, but he's really set up. Dawson Lott is playing that Mike, and then we have Tanner, his brother, playing the Will linebacker, and then we're still kind of plugging and playing that Sam linebacker. We got a couple of rotational kids. One is Troy Martinez, the other kid is Rudy Gonzalez. But I'll tell you what's salty is our secondary. Connor's leading the secondary at the safety position. And then we have our two corners who are two basketball type kids. They're about 6'1", 6, and one's name's Wesley, and the other one is Cedric. And both of them, man, they play basketball. They're real tall, Sauce Gardner type looking, frame.
hmm
And they're untapped. They're both freshmen, very untapped. One of them stopped playing in the middle of the year last year because he just got into it with coaches, and really all that stems to culture. And so that's what we've been, and they're kind of bought back in really well. And then we got a big D line group, big D line group, anchored by George Flores at our DT. And so then we got Noah Crane at the DN, and then we have a kid who's a one-way player who just is just an animal, and his name's Alex Farias. He's just a really dominant defensive end looking type kid. So I'm excited about our defense. Coach Vella's got it set up. He's got it rolling. Um, he's since he's gotten here about 2 weeks ago. It's been a little change for him, especially because of weather. Because he's coming from Iowa, and so it's a little change for him. Funny, cool story about Coach Vella though is really cool. Is his his girlfriend, soon to be fiance, um, is
Breaking
the
news.
dietitian for the University of Wisconsin
No.
football team. So it's pretty cool. So that yeah, he's excited to be here. It's a little change of weather for him. He died about first week. He was about to die,
Oh, I
but now he's
bet.
kind of settled in.
Thought you were gonna say he knew Caitlin Clark or something.
Yeah.
Got our in right there, man. Golly. Okay.
Have you identified a kicker, or is there somebody who can
Yeah,
kick?
We're gonna get you back out
I
there.
was like,
Dustin.
yeah, do you need a kicking coach?
because of Dustin White in 2019, I will forever know I have to find a kicker. We do. We got one kid, Matthew Barron, who can kick, and then we got Connor, who's our quarterback, safety, kicker. They do it all. So we got a kicker, and then apparently, and this is what everybody's been told, and I've been told too, and he looks really good. Connor Gonzalez can punt the piss out of football. He can punt it about 65 yards.
I'll start using
So
that
he
phrase.
can punt.
Gonzalez.
Now I've told the guys, don't get used to punting. We're not gonna be punting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to use that phrase from now on. Punt the piss out of the ball. I like
Punt the
that.
piss
We're
out
gonna
of
make
football.
shirts. We're gonna make shirts of it now. No, we've been trying to get Dustin to get back into coaching, so we need to. We're still trying to lean on him. I don't think insurance sales is his thing. You know what I mean? I think it's in his blood.
Yeah.
So
I'll hire him right away.
yeah, if we need to start small as far as kicking coach, punting coach, I mean, come on,
Fuck no,
Dustin.
I'll hire him again.
He's getting letters in the mail for everybody. He just won't do it though. But we're working on him. Don't worry about it. So how's the move over there? From what I understand, you guys are living in El Campo. Well, I don't want to give away your location or anything, but El Campo.
Yeah, no, it's good.
163.
I don't have any
Texas.
stalkers, not yet, at least. No, it was good, dude. I'll tell you one thing. It pisses me off. It rains every damn day.
So East
It
Texas.
rains every damn day. It's a definitely big change from Stockdale in South Texas to over here, but it's good. El Campo's a good town. I'm over here with Coach Reeve, who was my mentor when I was at Cuero in 2018. So I've been able to kind of get some ideas from him, get some coach from Alvarez, some other coaches that are in the area. That way, I can always keep building. But it's good. El Campo's good. It's just some big. I call it a big small town.
Yeah. Okay. How was going back to this real quick? I forgot to ask you this earlier, but like I was saying, you've assistant coach for a long time. Have you been able to tell like the difference in the transition? Just being hired as the ED. As far as how much work you're getting, how much more stuff you got to pay attention to. Are you just now noticing it now, or is it you just kind of going with the flow of it?
Man, some days I'm like, man, I've got everything done. I'll get home, I'll sit on my couch. I'm like, damn it, I got so much more stuff I got to do. But I've hired a lot of good people around me. Hired a really good girls coordinator, head volleyball coach who's really kind of can take in control of the girls side for me. So that kind of eases up a little bit too. But in terms of as far as being the head football and AD part, it really I try to get as much work as I can done. I make a checklist before every day, the night before, what I got to get done. But it definitely is a big transition. I can understand why Shawn Alvarez was on edge 24/7, 7 days a week.
Dude, never answered my calls or texts ever.
Yeah. Hey, listen, me and Dustin already talked about this. If you don't work for Shawn, you're no part, no part in that. What do we call it, Dustin?
The circle
You're
of
no longer a
trust.
priority.
The priority. The priority.
Yeah,
you
you're
go,
on
you
the
go down the
you're-
list. Like he's gonna answer
Yeah.
all the texts and calls from his staff
Yeah.
first, and then you.
Well, that makes sense
bump down.
because Dustin would tell me, I'd ask him, "You talked to Sean?" He's like, "Yeah, talked to him earlier today." I'm like, "Dude, I texted him 3 days ago. Every day, haven't messaged me back yet." So
Yeah.
don't turn into that guy, Murrah. Don't be that guy. All right?
No, and that's what I told him. He always tells me, dude, and that's now I give him shit about it too because now we're sitting there talking, and he's like, dude, you know what time I left the office today? And I'm like, dude, you can't use that anymore. I'm in the same role you are. Like, you can't say you're busier now. Like, I know exactly what you're going through. I just call you.
Can feel the heat already. Can feel it already. We're gonna see. Y'all need to do like a little friendly competition. Whoever has the best record this year. Whoever has a better
Well, I
record.
told him, I said,
Make a little
because we're redoing, what were we doing our schedules for next year? I said, well, coach, if you want to do it, we can scrimmage each other. Let's go scrimmage each other.
Oh yeah.
Slot T trophy.
Yeah.
We still
Slot
haven't
T.
given it away.
Are you guys running the slot T over there too?
We are. We're gonna run the 300 and 400 series. I'm not a big 200 series guy. I don't like stepping towards the play, letting that ball be hung out there for a linebacker. I'm a more 400 series guy. Let it disappear.
Good deal. So you guys, as far as being the AD, I wanted to ask this to you too. But is that when you're the AD, is the best way to go about it is to kind of let every other sports kind of coach or head volleyball coach, head basketball coach just kind of be, or do you need to feel like you have a hand in every decision making kind of thing? What would make it easier for you? I would guess. I guess you could ask a lot of different people on how they do it, but I would think the easiest thing to do would be to, let them, guide their own program there.
Well, I think it really depends on number one your style, but number two is the trust in the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
I trust. I have a lot of trust in the guy that I brought in on to coach volleyball and to be the girls coordinator. So when he comes to me for questions, I'll answer him and I'll tell him. But if I tell him what I want, he gets it done. I don't need to go, second check him. Same thing with girls basketball. He's a guy that stayed on staff. His name's Will Sanchez. Coach Sanchez has already got the girls basketball schedule ready. So there's, I have my hand in it, but I also am a guy that's I'm going to let you take control until you show me that you can't, and then I'm going to take it over. But I try to lead by example. So everything that I do, I want them to emulate. So, when I got here, we were organizing, cleaning up, and I would ask the coaches to go do it, but I would be there beating them doing it so that I could show them, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing too. So I really think it's all about the perception of how you view your staff, but really how I'm very hands-on the entire program, but I also have a lot of faith in the guys around me because I'm only one person. I can't do 8 million things at once. Then that's when you can really drive yourself to the brink of insanity because you're worried about everything. Sometimes you just got to let them coach their own their own sports, and you help them when they need it. And the admin part, I tell them all the time, I got the admin part, and I've got all the what do you call it? I got all the stuff in the community. I have everything that involved with politics and all that crap. You just coach.
Yeah.
So they really, it really, you can ask probably 100 people and they'll tell you 100 different things.
Yeah, no. You just probably made a lot of your employees happy there, I guess. If they watch this, they know how things are going to go. I went to school in Cal Allen for a little bit when I was in high school, and I saw it was a number of times where that head coach, it was Danaher at the time, where the JV boys basketball team, because I was a freshman, I guess he wasn't doing his job, and right there in front of everybody just sent that guy to the locker room and said, I'm taking over. I'm doing this. You're not doing a good job. So
When was that?
that was when I was in high school. It was like
You were a freshman?
2002, yeah.
I didn't even
I
know
went
you went
to
to
Yeah,
I went to
see,
Carolina as a freshman.
that's when you just fire them at the end of the year, not middle, because then you just
You
make
ruined that
yourself look like
relationship right there, I would imagine,
Yeah.
doing something like that. But, I mean, he was a pretty popular dude around the parts, so, if anybody had a problem, they would obviously come to that guy. So.
Winningest coach
Well,
of
and
all
I
time.
also think it really determines on what classification you are at. You know what I mean? Like at 2A, D2, it's hard for me to be a military-esque, asshole and kind of lead by like the hammer versus lead by relationship because I have to build the relationship and foster it and bring people in because of our numbers game.
Yeah.
If I was at a 4A, 5A, I could lead by the hammer because we're going to have more numbers.
Gotcha.
So I feel like it's really has to deal with your situation more than anything too.
And what do you do if you're a JV basketball coach and Phil Danaher tells you, hey, I'm taking over? Yes, sir, I got you. Well, hopefully you don't have to deal with any of that, Coach. Hopefully you don't have to deal with that. I can see if, Alvarez ever did that to you. Ooh, I don't know if it'd be a good idea.
I've had my fair share of ass rippings.
Oh, he had plenty of ass rippings.
Oh, yeah, you too?
Yeah.
What about you?
Not as many. I stayed out of trouble more so.
He left before he could
Dustin
get him.
White was the front and center of many, many ass shootings and fights.
Oh, yeah, I saw a bunch of those.
Damn.
Not fist fights, but verbal altercations.
Yeah, there was lots.
I mean, we can make the other one happen. Oh, shit.
Hey, speaking of fights, I had a fan question. Someone asked me, like, hey, how many games into the season until you start making your players do up downs in the middle of the game?
Well, that's a good question. Depends on how bad they're fucking up.
I agree.
Yeah, I have been that guy before. My thing is don't throw your helmet. That's a big deal.
forgot
Don't
about
throw your
that.
helmet.
You did make him do up downs that one time on JV, right?
Yep.
During the middle of the game.
In
right?
the middle of the game?
Yep.
Don't throw your. My thing is don't throw your helmet. You can do a lot of things, but don't throw your helmet.
I think I remember that actually.
It was against
Yeah,
Skidmore.
that wasn't. No, that wasn't.
He's right. I know. It was a fan question.
It was against Skidmore.
That
That's
was-
right. That was against Skidmore. We were up down on those guys during the middle of the
Yeah,
game.
it was. It wasn't. Remember, and it wasn't just Skidmore though. Too. It was also when we played Bracketville and Richard Wilson threw his helmet
Oh,
Hell yeah. You boys
on a
at Louise
varsity
better not throw your helmets.
Well, my thing, it's a respect issue. Somebody wore that decal long before you put it on.
Yeah.
But don't throw that. That's disrespectful. You want to cuss and fight and do all that stuff? Do that on your time. Don't throw the equipment that's just disrespectful. That's one thing. There's one thing. There's two things that we couldn't do in high school: throw your helmet or sit on your helmet. That was a no. And so I don't know why I've always just carried that same thing on.
Respect there. Who asked that question?
Justin.
Is that really a fan question?
Justin.
It's a coach from Skidmore that asked it. It was.
yeah, remember Justin from Skidmore, the coach?
Oh, that
my
was
buddy.
definitely Justin.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin laughed at it too. I
Justin
remember
said
that.
he made the Skidmore do bear
So
calls.
wait.
That's right, he did.
So y'all stopped the game and started doing up
Oh,
down?
okay. Because we had gotten a freaking bench clearing fight. Like
Yeah.
not really bench clearing, but they got in a fight, and they all of a sudden I blew the whistle because the ref like I've had enough, and I said Kennedy now. They came to the sideline, and I just started. I had my whistle on me, and I just started making them do up downs.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
So Justin
That
was
was
like,
a
all right,
fight.
well, y'all do bear crawls.
Yeah, well, Justin had him do bear crawls right after the game. They were bear crawling like as we were leaving. Still, they were still bear crawling right after the game.
Damn.
I remember that.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Holman and the Skidmore staff.
Skidmore.
Justin was we were laughing about that on the sideline after the game actually.
I asked him, I was like, what should I ask him? He's like, oh, yeah, tell him about that story. Remember? I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, you guys better not mess with y'all's helmets there, Louise.
Or fight.
So you've been in El Campo since what? April, right?
Yeah.
What's the best place to eat there?
Oh, dude, I knew this was coming from the natural fat guy on the studio right there,
right.
dude. All right, so there's some good spots. All right, so there's obviously Greek Brothers. Everybody knows about Greek Brothers. Phenomenal steaks.
Okay.
Los Cucos is an amazing, badass Mexican food restaurant. Actually, we're going with the DC. I'm going with the OC in DC tonight. The DC's wife's flying, or his fiance's flying in. And then there's Pinchers, which is a badass like seafood Cajun place on West Loop. That's pretty good. Dang. What was the other? Oh, there's called the Dock,
Okay.
and then there's the
heard
Ranch
that
is pretty good.
Okay.
There's some good little like few barbecue places in town that I haven't tried because my friend being Dustin White tells me if you don't see smoke, you shouldn't be eating at the barbecue places.
Yeah, you're not lying.
So
Urban legend?
yeah, I can't go to a barbecue spot if it ain't smoke outside.
Is there
Natural fat guy.
is there spots to eat, or is there like the only thing when I went with that time with you to Luis when you got introduced as the new head coach, the only thing I had seen
Oh
was
no,
a gas
no!
station.
There's nothing. There's
Food-wise?
nothing to eat in Louise.
It's not a
no.
food place, right?
Well, actually, Lone Star Cafe is coming into town. They actually moving it right by, and then we have a place called Shortstop that does breakfast and hamburger, like breakfast and lunch till about 2:00, and then they shut down.
Okay.
So we don't have not now. I will tell you this: Prosix is only 7 minutes away, and that's in Hilgi. And if you've never been to Prosix is amazing. Badass barbecue, amazing lunch specials. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I
Y'all
have
start
been there.
winning. Y'all start winning pretty soon. You're gonna start bringing in those restaurants to that town. So it's
Yeah.
a smaller town, I'm assuming. Like just
Luis is very tiny.
very tiny.
It's very tiny, yeah. It's about honestly, Luis is probably about the size of well, it's smaller than Yorktown in terms of it being a town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when I was driving back from Houston from my daughter's state tournament, I remember seeing I was whatever road that is. I can't
59.
59.
59.
Yeah. I remember seeing
Yeah.
the exits for it. It's pretty right down the road from Ganado. So
Yeah,
But
it's,
no,
it's
didn't get a
6
chance
minutes
to
from
go.
Ganado.
okay.
There,
All right.
There's a question I have since I think I told y'all this, but Murrah is a huge A&M fan,
Yeah.
and Austin's also an A&M fan. So they're over under win total, depend on the side, but I'll
I'm
just set it
diverse.
at 8. Do they go over 8 wins this year? Start with Murrah.
I'll say over 8. I'll say
Over
over
8?
8. They'll be at they'll be at or over 8.
But okay, just over under. Over 8.
I'm going over 8.
Also-
Over 8.
I would agree with that right at 8, but I will go the over 2.
9-3.
What if they tie a game?
You can't.
Maybe they can.
New college rules.
I just thought about that. Sorry. So y'all are both going
Yeah, I'm
over
saying
it.
you're going over too. I think so. I think second year is good.
All right.
Pretty
Any
easy
more?
schedule. Pretty easy schedule. Where we got Texas, and then that's about it. Texas and who?
The best conference in the league. I mean,
They don't.
Yeah.
Alabama, LSU.
We don't play any of them. All right, LSU, Texas and LSU. I think.
Pretty sure they play Alabama, don't they?
No.
Who do they play?
We don't play anyone.
Oh yeah,
We don't.
different schedule. Okay.
Well, dude, you can't count out
Florida.
South Carolina.
Florida.
Lenore Sellers is fucking for real, dude.
Yeah. And then Florida, if they're playing Florida, DJ Lagway, he's Heisman hopeful this year possibly. So
But we own Florida.
I hate Florida so much.
Yeah, we
I hate
own Florida.
I don't even like the colors of Florida. But so y'all are saying both over 8.5. Okay.
I'm saying,
Are you
I'm
going
saying
down
over.
list? Are you going down list, or is that the only question you had?
No, that was it
Okay.
on that one.
Over 8.5. Okay.
What about Texas?
Ooh,
Theirs is
Texas is. If they're not in the college football playoff, that's a terrible season.
Yeah. They've been there the last 2 years too.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that though, like A&M just screwing that up for them, just last game and just.
The
taking
game
them out.
I'm interested to see is at Georgia. That's the game I'm anxious to see.
It's another one too.
Who, Texas at Georgia, or y'all don't play
We don't
Georgia?
play
Yeah.
Georgia.
Oh,
No,
they don't?
Texas at Georgia.
Yeah, ain't it? We've played Georgia now more times than y'all have after this season.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Okay.
It's very crazy, but they're trying to overload it. I don't think Ohio State's going to be a big game for y'all. I really don't. I think it's going to be at Georgia is going to be the big one.
Gotcha. Okay, I got a few situations I wanted to go through with you as far as being a head coach. Now you're going to have to make these tough decisions. So we're going to put you in these game situations and see what you would do. And being the expert high school football guy I am, I'm going to judge if you're right or wrong. So here we go. All right, the first one. You're 4th and goal, correct? Down by 8. A minute and a half left with 1 timeout. What are you going to do?
Fourth and goal?
You got the ball, 4th and goal. You're
What-
down by 8.
Yeah,
It's
what yard
4th and
line?
goal
What
from
yard
the,
line?
inside the 10.
Well,
Okay.
well, yeah, we know that.
The 9.
Okay, at the 9.
It's 4th and goal.
It's not at the, it's not
We're
at
going
the
to
1.
score a touchdown. We're going for 2. That's what we're doing.
You're scoring. You're not going to try to kick the field goal and then get the onside kick?
Negative.
Hell
no,
yeah. Okay.
no.
They have a
That
field
was the
goal
right
kicker?
answer.
Do they have a field goal kicker?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was one of them, but that one was one that still haunts me today when Green Bay did that against Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship. But nothing personal. It's just my question to everybody. So, okay, the second
I'm
one.
not. Are you a Green Bay fan?
Both
James?
of us.
I am.
Austin and James are.
Yeah. I've seen them in 14 different stadiums, so I'm a really, really good fan of the Packers.
You have?
Okay, yeah. So you're a real cheesehead.
Yeah, I am right there. I got the cheese head right down there if you can see it.
That's mine.
Got the Mon Green signed helmet there. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about you, okay? I've been through a lot of heartbreak in my time, if you want to go back. But like I said, not about me.
Hey,
Onside
actually,
kicks.
dude, I'll tell you something funny because I know Dustin's a Cowboys fan and I heard this today. Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels graduated high school, played in college. Both have played in an NFC Championship game before the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl.
That's right.
It could be worse, I guess. I guess what you're saying, it could be worse for me.
The Packers have more Super Bowls than Cowboy Stadium.
Okay. Well, how about this? Up by 12 with under 2 minutes left in the NFC Championship with the ball. Still lose the game. That one's still. Oh, I can't even watch the highlights of that game. But anyway, let me get back to
I'm tired of this shit now.
Yeah, okay. 4th and 32. You got the ball. 2.5 minutes left. You got 3 timeouts. And you're down by 6 on your own 40. All right? What are you going to do?
You said 4th and what?
32.
4th and 32. 2.5 minutes left. 3 timeouts, and you're down by 6 on your own
what yard?
40.
On my own 40.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to punt it and hope they can play defense.
Okay. Well, I would have been good with either answer there. If you'd have gone for it.
4th and 32. I'm not sure what play in our playbook we
about,
could
yeah,
get
4th and
32
12?
yards out of.
Well, it's 4th and long is what I'll just say. 4th and long.
What'd you come up with that
Fourth and 46, guys.
That was to kind of bait him into punting, is what that was. Because I didn't know,
Yeah,
Dustin
'cause
says
if you
you're kind
would've
of a
said
dangerous
4th and-
guy.
If you would have said 4th and 12 on my own 40, with down by 6, I probably would have said we're gonna go for it.
All right. Next question. 4th and 12.
Fourth
So,
and 32, dude. I have to punt it.
all right, no, I
God.
mean that was just a little bit. I was just trying to see if you would punt it, which obviously that's the right choice. You still got all 3 of your timeouts left, right? So you can
Yep,
stop them.
yep.
2.5 minutes left. Okay, last one. 3rd and 10. You're up by 6 on your own 45. Your opponent has 1 timeout left with 1:30 on the clock. All right.
That's a good one.
Are you going for
That's a
it?
good
Are you
one.
punting it and hoping that because if you run the ball right there, they got to use their last timeout. But you know the situation. Let me say it again.
Oh,
Third
yeah.
and 10, up by 6, on your own 45, 1:30 on the clock, and your opponent has 1 timeout left.
We're going to run the ball.
Run the ball. Okay.
We're going to run Buck Sweep.
But
We're going
you
to run Buck Sweep.
then you get
Y'all hear that, Shiner?
Did you hear that, Flatonia?
He's giving it away. Don't give
We're,
up too
we're
much.
going to run Buck Sweep. I'm going to tell you that right now.
but
Okay.
you get 5 yards.
That's what I was about to say. Say you get it down to 4th and 4. They use their last timeout. You got, let's say, 40? You say you got about 50 seconds left. That you're right on midfield. What are you gonna do there? You gonna go for it? Or you gonna punt it?
No, we're going for it. 4th and 1.
Hell yes.
If anything, we're going for it. Yeah, we're going for it. 4th and 1, 4th and 2, we're going for it.
All right, Louise is gonna have a hell of a year this year. We know what they're gonna do in these situations. So if we come to a game,
Yeah.
you better
Yeah.
stand on this. I'm gonna have this written down, man.
Tush push.
Nah,
4th
no
and 1.
tush push.
Yeah, dude. No, we're going to try to draw them off sides.
Yeah, there you go. I always wanted to
Then-
see that when we talked about tush push. I want to see if the Eagles just did that every play the whole game. I mean, they average 4 yards a carry on it.
Yeah, it's stupid. The story behind that? Jeff Stoutland went to where did he go? To the All Blacks out in Australia and watched them practice and did the whole watched how they did their little, what do they call it in the rugby, the scrum.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a practice and they do a scrum on the sleds, and that's
See?
what he brought back to the Eagles.
It's not a freaking football play.
Listen,
it's
now,
not a
listen,
football
okay.
play.
I've heard several different stories of how this became. There was a clip back from like probably 5 years ago where Anthony Barr was talking on the sidelines and he's mic'd up saying, "Man, if I was on offense, I would just get you 2 up backs and then get a guy to put." So I thought he came up with it, but now you're saying this. I mean, I guess it could have been organically from both guys. So who knows?
Say, yeah, it's a rugby play. It's not a football play.
Is it a
that's-
rugby player or
that's their-
did Anthony Barr is he a genius?
Well, here's the deal, though. My deal is
Should it be outlawed?
Every team in the NFL can do it. They just are not very good at it.
Yeah.
So how can you stop somebody being good at it just because you can't stop it?
Yeah.
That's being like saying like we can't allow Tom Brady to throw mesh because he was so good at throwing mesh. We should just take it out.
Yeah, and I thought about that too. Like a lot of the teams that complain about it, they run it also. You know what I mean?
The Packers, we run it.
Yeah.
Tucker
They're not the
Kraft.
only team. I know Buffalo had an issue with it also, and they
Yeah, and they got the
run
biggest damn quarterback in the
it.
league.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm not against it. I'm not against the tush push. I mean, I don't like it. I don't think anybody here likes it, but because it's not our team that's doing it.
We're not good at it.
So if anybody was an Eagles fan, yeah. Are you an Eagles fan? You Cowboys fan? What are you?
Well, so here's the story. I gave up my Cowboys fandom in 2020 next to Dustin White. I was tired of it.
R.I.P.
It's really hard. It really wouldn't. I wouldn't even say I was a fan. I stopped. I really didn't watch the NFL much as is. But then having to be an Aggie and then turning around and watching the Cowboys on Sunday too, that's a rough weekend to start the Monday off, guys.
That's
So
a pretty
Uh,
tough.
Oh, yeah, a
weekend
lot of
right
people
there.
would agree with that.
So my fiance and her family are massive Eagles fans, and I've just kind of become an Eagle fan by just joining the posse. And I will tell you this:
Oh,
that was
dude.
the coolest experience to
That's
be a
all the
part
time
of.
we have, Coach.
Did we have this
No,
debate?
that was the coolest experience to be a part of. We went to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. But we didn't get to go. We didn't go into the Super Bowl, but we went and tailgated and did all that. And that was actually a cool experience to be down there, like with all those, the Broad Street guys, dude. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo, you don't like the Eagles?
No, do we?
Hell no, I don't like the Eagles.
Not that part. It's like, joining your wife's team. Didn't we talk about
Yeah,
that?
I have to, dude. I have to.
Well, I mean, I guess you're a winner now. So
You know,
But yeah, you're right. That would be a rough weekend. Say you take a loss on the field on Friday, and then your A&M loses, and then the Cowboys lose.
No, guys. That's what happened. That's
That's
exactly what
what
happened.
That's a true story.
That's what happened.
Oh God, I see. I bet Alvarez is a big Cowboys fan, isn't he?
Not really. I
Not
No,
mean,
really,
no.
Alvarez is a Texas fans now because
because they're
they're
good.
winning so much. You should have seen him turning in his Tom Herman resignation.
Oh shit. So he's a
Does
bandwagon guy, huh?
Yeah, he follows like
well, no, he's
Texas
always
some,
been.
but he don't really have a team in the NFL. He doesn't.
No.
But
I remember me and Dustin. Remember when he said he's going to stop watching Texas football until they fire Tom Herman?
yeah, I do
He
remember that.
said
He
that.
hated Tom Herman.
Okay, so is he a Texas fan now?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
But
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Oh no, and I know Sean's gonna listen to this, and I just want him to hear this. I can still be an Aggie fan and think that Steve Sarkisian's a good coach. Doesn't mean I like the University of Texas. I just a real recognize is real, and he's a good coach.
yeah, I got you. Well, that's what I was gonna say. That was the next situation I was gonna kind of put you in to close this off. Let's say Sean wanted to leave Stockdale. Maybe take a year off from being a head coach. Say like, hey, let me get a little time in on Murrah's staff over there in Louise. Would you take him?
I'd hire him in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay. Get the band back together, him and Dustin. Okay.
I,
We'll
I,
cover
I
every
would I
game.
would I would hire him in a heartbeat. That guy's done more for my life than I'll ever be grateful for. So
Okay.
I'd
Well,
hire him back in a heartbeat.
seventh grade.
Dustin too.
Seventh grade coach.
yeah.
Yeah,
Take the seventh grade
let's
coach.
go. I told him I said we should all link up and go coach seventh grade and eighth grade football in Westlake.
Yeah. Coach tennis, swimming, softball.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Take the year
we
off.
did the
You know what I mean?
best seventh grade staff ever.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good. No, I hope he does hear it. But like I said, we were gonna try to start like a fake beef, but we can't. You guys are too good of friends. Seems like he's done a lot for you. Obviously, you've done a lot for him, and that's great, man. It's a great thing. So last thing I have for you, if you can, tell the Louise fans who are gonna watch this what you are bringing to the table besides 24-inch biceps, 50-inch chest. Tell them what you're bringing to the table
Yeah,
over there.
man, Luis, I told him and told the school board meeting when school board members when they hired me, you're getting somebody who's big on discipline, accountability, and making men and women. So many times in sports we miss the mark on what we're trying to create. We're trying to get wins and losses, but at the end of the day, we're also trying to build somebody. That's a human being that we're trying to build. And so for me, it starts with making and improving our society as a whole. And so what you're getting with me is somebody who's really, 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 really big about the details and about a person's life, about those kids, because at the end of the day, those kids are my kids, and so what you're getting with me is somebody who's dedicated to that, dedicated to having the most enjoyable experience they can for high school, but at the same time building a culture. When they leave the program that I've created. They're gonna have a sense of accountability. They're gonna have a sense of discipline. They're gonna know what it means to face adversity in life. So when they graduate, um, and they leave us, they can come back and say, Coach did this for me. When I was at Luis, it did this for me. And so that's all I'm trying to do. That's kind of the blueprint we took to Kennedy, and we took to Stockdale, and that's the only way I know how to do it. It's more about culture and than it is scheme. Scheme takes care of itself once the culture takes care of itself. So it's the people before plays. So.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Get
Good,
pumped
man.
up, baby.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
covered a little excited there. All right. Okay, I'm good. Oh, you got anything else? You guys got anything?
Ask him that rival question.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Who do you think y'all's biggest rival is going to be?
Man, I've been asked this, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to start a rivalry with Yorktown. I'm going to make a rivalry because
Mm,
that's going to be for the third spot. It used to be Ganado, but we're not going to go and entice that rivalry. That's not going to happen in football.
let's not start that.
Maybe in everything but football and softball. But for football, we're gonna make it at Yorktown because we play them and everything. I've had history with Yorktown. Our volleyball coach has had history at Yorktown, but I didn't realize that our kids have had history at Yorktown too. And those two twins that I talked about, I told them I said we're gonna go beat Yorktown's ass. and they said, Coach, I freaking hate Yorktown. All right, well, there it is. That's our rivalry. So we're going to start one. There's not really been a rivalry other than, Ganado before. So we're going to go out and poke the bear and figure out what we find somebody.
Oh, yeah. So bring your cameras to that matchup. Going to be fights.
Oh,
There
yeah.
gonna be
That's crazy
gassers,
because it's
up,
going to
downs,
be.
run at halftime in the middle of the game. Oh, it's going to be
Hey,
a good
it's
one.
going to be at Hornet Field this year, too. So that's even the best part.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
We'll see what we can do. See if we can make to that one. But, no, Coach, that's all I got, man. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck next year going in there as your, I guess, rookie year as a head coach. Kind of excited for you guys. I like what you're saying that you're bringing to these kids there in Louise, and the best of luck to you. We'll be trying to go to a game this year. We'll be looking out, see how everything goes, and if you ain't got nothing else for us, that's all we got, man.
No, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I've been listening to you for a while. When you guys started, and then when you came and started doing us at Kennedy. So anything I can ever do for you guys, dude, when y'all want to come on. We can get you to a game or whatever. So I do appreciate you guys and what you guys do for us.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of that, it's customary that someone send us a long sleeve shirt.
Oh my God, he's
For
been
every
trying to
coach.
get trying to get this hoodie for years
Yeah,
now.
I just want a hoodie or a shirt with y'all's badass logo.
Oh God.
Well, send me here. What you do is send me all three sizes. Send me your three.
Boom.
Dustin, text me, and I'll make some magic happen.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
well, all the coaches don't send Austin one on purpose, so don't send him one. Just send the other ones.
Yeah, just James.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, we'll do that, and we'll get out there to make it to a game, Coach. Like I said, appreciate you coming on, and Cameron Murrah, head coach, Louise Hornets. Let's go. All right, thanks, Coach. All right, what interview, Coach Murrah. I like that guy. He's a great dude. Great dude. Seems like he's gonna have success there. He's learned from the best, Coach Shawn Alvarez, the pride of Kennedy, Cuero, Stockdale. Right? Those are the three teams he coached at?
Yeah, well, he coached at more teams than that before that.
Oh, he coached at Freer, too, didn't he?
Freer, Beeville, Cuero, Van Horn, Georgia West.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So they both got a state championship at Cuero, correct?
Yep, that's where they met.
Yeah. What fun guy. Very authentic. So, it's going to be a competition between him and Shawn next year to see who does better, right? They're going to be talking shit to each other. Yeah, I won more games, this and that. I want to see them schedule a damn scrimmage with each other. Like, that'd be pretty
That'd be
cool.
pretty funny.
Louise is smaller than Stockdale, obviously, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. They were both playoff teams last year. Louise does have a tough district, though, man. Just with Fall City. Fall City and Shiner, you probably got the eventual state champion in your district alone right there. And Fall City, didn't they go pretty deep in the playoffs too?
They had a down year, but they're I think
usually
8-3. But they usually do.
Yeah. Three Rivers beat Fall City this past year, but it was the first game of the season. Maybe they weren't ready, but
So Dustin said down year.
yeah. Fall City is are they ranked this year?
The rankings have not come out yet.
Oh, okay.
They're in the magazine, but the magazine has been released to a very small amount of people.
Mm-hmm. And all Shiner lost this year was their quarterback, but I'm pretty sure they have a backup ready when it comes to that stuff. So, did we mention the whole thing about Sinton having the top offensive line in 4A?
I think we touched on it a little bit.
I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, they got a lot back, man, on the up front.
Yeah.
And some proven pieces.
Hopefully they don't skip a beat. They got the coach. They did lose some weapons here on offense. Won't lie, but they'll be all right. I think they'll be good next year. Excited.
Could have another coach, but
They could, yeah. But we won't get into that. We'll talk about that. Maybe get another coach there for Sinton. Not you, but possibly join Coach Braun and them on that squad. So, okay. What else do we got? This was kind of breaking news, isn't it, with the whole Malik Beasley thing?
Yeah.
Kind of breaking.
Yeah, that happened today.
Okay,
Shams
what's
Charania.
the report?
Yeah, Shams Charania came out and said that Malik Beasley is under federal investigation for gambling on the NBA, like just betting on games.
Okay,
And
like
just-
his own team or just betting?
He
on
didn't say specifically like whether or not he's betting on his own team, but it did say like prop bets, like all kinds of stuff. And then of course people got on X and started posting like comments on there, and like some clips where it was just kind of strange of very suspect defense of like
Just let him drive by.
literally just let him like not even attempt to do anything, let him drive by. So it's like, did he have that player's points over, like, or did he have the over in the game? Like,
Did he take his own under or over? As a player, you would think you'd gamble on yourself a lot, right?
I mean, you would think.
And I don't see why that's illegal.
Well,
What do you mean? How is that not illegal?
that has to be illegal, bro. Like if
You can do it in boxing, right? Or
like say you're a plus 150 to
win.
go under and you're a minus, 130 to go over. Of course, you can sit there and be like, "Hey, we're up by 15. The Pistons are pretty good this year. You know what, coach, take me out." Or my ankle's hurt or something. It'd be so easy.
but in boxing,
Wouldn't be smart, but
I thought you can bet on yourself like to win.
I think in the MMA you used to be able to do that. I don't think boxing. I don't think you could. But I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not for sure. No, because Ryan Garcia bet on himself to beat Devin Haney a while back. So yeah, you can. Yeah, you can bet on yourself. But that's different though. Like that's a one-on-one thing, boxing and fighting. Like,
Well, it's just a
whenever there's 5 or 6 other guys, like if you're gonna shape
But
points.
player props. Like, oh, I'm gonna score fucking 30 points tonight.
Yeah, no, but
betting.
they're not necessarily worried about you. They're worried about everybody else that bets on you. Like, if they take the over on you, they're thinking, he's averaged, 10 assists a game these last few games. Let's take his over. He's staying hot.
Well, the clips people are posting is like his pathetic defense of like they're saying like he must have had that player's over.
Yeah.
I'm talking like he's literally just standing there and like letting people blow past him so like that player can get their prop point bet.
Yeah.
It's like, don't pass it. Don't pass it now. Don't pass it. Shoot it. Shoot
Don't
it.
take him out, coach. Don't take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's I get where you're coming from. Like, it is betting on himself, this and that, but to an extent, like if you were to take your over all the time, like thinking you were gonna have a great game, that's different. But like if he's got good odds to take his under, I mean, what would stop him from like that Parker guy did? He faked that eye injury or whatever when he took his own under. So, but yeah, that's I don't know. Like I think it should be okay for them to gamble on other sports. Just probably should stay away from their own sport.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, but people make mistakes. Nothing wrong with wanting to make a little money. I saw his annual salary is $6 million, or his net worth was something like that.
Used to
Well,
be,
he was in
he used to be 10.
Yeah,
He was in the middle of a talk like for some big money, and then it's been paused right now.
yeah.
With the
People,
Pistons.
there was teams asking about him as far as trade and all that
Yeah.
stuff too. Mm-hmm.
He's a good player. He's just a dumbass.
Yeah,
I mean,
and we're starting to see that more. A lot of these guys are getting caught. Like, imagine the guys that haven't got caught yet.
oh yeah.
That's just like, we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg with that. Like, pretty soon they're gonna find out a way.
So many.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find out. They're gonna find out a way to figure out if these guys are betting on themselves, like some sort of like software other than like hacking their phone or some shit. But
But they're already finding out, like, if their parents or like their brothers or
yeah,
friends,
I know, but
friends are
that's-
betting.
That's harder to do. Like what I would do is
They're already finding that out.
yeah, I know. Like that would be the smart way to do it. Don't get anybody in your family involved. Get maybe your friends or something, or maybe a distant friend or distant relative, this and that. Because, I mean, the NBA can't say nobody in your family can gamble. I mean, because you determine the outcomes of these bets. So,
Which would be smart. But like, hey, I'm going freaking 15 points, under 15 points tonight. Hey, Justin, take it.
and what's crazy is gambling is such a big part of like the NBA, the NFL. Like these teams are all sponsored by gambling companies nowadays.
Yeah.
So there's no way around it. Like,
Well, there's vested interest. Like more people watch because they bet on the game. That's
Exactly.
the whole reason.
Yeah.
I mean, but these are all.
like, I'm watching this
allegations.
game because I bet on this
Because,
game.
yeah,
Exactly.
I was like, who cares
Yeah, I
about the
don't care
fucking
about
Tigers
the
and the Twins?
I will say we're talking like he's guilty and he's not, but we'll see.
Well, not yet.
These are all allegations.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Allegedly.
is what they'll say. But I think we're gonna see some big names in the future come out to be caught with gambling if and when they figure out like a more, I guess, a better way to find these allegations or whatever. But that's crazy. I mean,
think
just
they
think if you're in the play, like the whole Tim Donaghy thing. Like I can see why they
Oh,
threw
yeah.
the book at this guy because, dude, you're
He's shaving points.
yes,
Yeah.
you're in control of both teams in the situation that you're in.
yeah.
As a player, like,
Great guy, though. Love him.
yeah, awesome guy.
He
Great
sent
documentary.
us a cameo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Told Scott he needs to settle down the gambling. Yeah, well, he sent. What did he say? I heard you're getting a little addicted to gambling. From a guy who's been there before, you need to cool it off a little bit.
That's 10 years in the pen, brother.
Yeah.
How much did he cost?
Freaking like $20.
Yeah, which one did I get? The Kurt Angle one?
Angle.
That one was pretty
Yeah.
good. The Kurt Angle one was pretty good.
Oh,
I
we
wish
gotta
we
pull
still
those
had
up.
those. Do you still have them?
Scott might have them.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I can probably pull 'em
What do you
somewhere.
say? Y'all stand by each other, even if one of y'all breaks your freaking neck.
Who bought it?
I bought the Kurt Angle one.
Well, the whole thing was I wanted to play a montage at Scott's wedding, which you were at, and we didn't have a video screen. So I bought like freaking 6 of them.
So if you buy them, because I've bought one ever, but it saves it on your account. If you
Okay, then yeah,
go to
I can probably
private-
pull it
Well,
up.
they should be on your account,
Yeah.
unless Scott still has them. We're talking about the
Well,
what are they called?
Cameos.
The cameos from Tim Donaghy and all that, because Malik Beasley is being investigated right now for shaving points. Apparently, it just came out today that they were in talks of contract extensions, but these reports came out that he was possibly gambling on games, and now people are drilling him on Twitter, showing clips of him not playing.
are we on the
defense.
air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. No, I don't know. I was looking for those old cameos. I was hoping Austin would have them.
I'm trying to
His
log into my account
account.
right now.
I would think once you buy them, they're yours.
They are.
After that, right?
Oh yeah.
This one's from like 3 years ago that I bought, and it's still on here.
Were you looking for that, Austin?
I'm looking for it.
Did you
Where's it from?
I don't know why I just saw this, but like it happened a year ago. But do you remember Blake Martinez, the linebacker for the Packers?
Yeah.
Did you hear that he
Yeah.
scammed people?
Pokemon or
I had no idea about
Yeah.
this. I just saw like a
Yeah,
video
we talked
of it.
about that.
No, it says like over hundreds of thousands of dollars he scammed people out of
Yeah.
money, and supposedly
Packers
he's like
scumbags. Packers scumbags.
He's supposedly trying to get back on an NFL team because he retired because he did so well with the whole Pokemon stuff. But he just got cut from training camps apparently. So that's
he's still
insane.
playing?
He's trying to get on a
Huh.
team. Yeah, because I guess people sued him from the Pokemon scam that he ran. So he made supposedly like $5 million.
I guess it was Pokemon and like just trading cards stuff.
Yeah, he would do these auctions of cards, and then supposedly they caught him because he opened a pack and saw a good card in there and tried to hide it, and they caught his ass doing it, like some sleight of hand bullshit. But poor guy.
Like you fucking David Blaine. Oh, damn.
Blake Martinez. So where is you said this guy lives on Conroe Lake?
Tim Donaghy here.
Oh, there it
Wishing
is.
you
Yeah.
congratulations on your big wedding. And hopefully, Scott, you're going to calm down with that gambling a little bit. Let's not do some stuff that's going to hurt you down there in the future. Look at me. Gambling cost me 15 months in a federal prison. I did have a blast doing it.
It's like a therapy
Be
session.
careful. Congratulations.
Oh,
on
I'll
the
finally
big
get to
wedding
talk
day.
about it.
Hopefully it's going to be a blast, and if any of you are in the Sarasota, Bradenton area, hit me up. Beers are on me. I love to meet new people. It'd
Let's
be great
go.
to see you.
Let's
Where?
go.
Sarasota,
Hit him up.
Florida?
Let's get him on the show.
Get him on the show.
Sarasota, Florida, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think so. During the documentary I watched, I know he moved to Florida after all that shit happened.
I forgot we got Forrest Griffin, Cameron Dicker, the Island Boys, Randy Couture.
Didn't Fair Abraham get his name wrong?
Oh, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle one.
Play the Kurt Angle one.
I like that one.
Hey, Scott and Courtney, how are you? It's your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. And I want to congratulate you on the wedding. All everyone asks is that you stick by each other through thick and thin until death do you part. Even if either of you breaks their freaking neck. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Congratulations, guys.
That was great,
dude,
though.
it's a great
That was
fucking-
awesome.
Great
And-
fucking wedding.
and didn't he
present.
reply within minutes,
Yes,
too?
it was like
He did it right away.
like 10 minutes.
He wasn't that expensive either. It was just
No.
like, what, 20, 30 bucks?
Nah, it was like 100 or
Oh,
somewhere around there.
damn. He better get to it right away.
Austin
Motherfucker.
said I had to take out a second mortgage to pay for all this.
See,
What? Anything else?
The Island Boys
it's
did
your
one.
girl Farrah Abraham, your favorite teen mom. I wanted to say congratulations on your wedding. I am very proud of both
Called
of
him
you.
something else.
I'm sending you the best.
Or no, it's Forrest Griffin that said something.
Because it should definitely.
I think it was Forrest Griffin.
I thought she said something like she said his name like Jim or something. Called him something.
Scott, Courtney.
Nope.
Randy.
What a throwback, dude.
I don't even remember those.
I don't either.
So,
Well, yeah, because we
Austin
could have
Austin bought a bunch of them for himself. He didn't even he didn't even get them.
I don't remember you showing these to Scott at all.
I'd send him to Scott.
No, we were eating dinner the next day after y'all had left because we stayed an extra day, and that's when he played them for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we couldn't play it on the whole big screen. But the last thing I have is the whole Jake Paul fight. I don't know if you guys watched it, but I don't know what happened to Julio
UFC?
Cesar Chavez. Yeah, no, I was going to get to that too, but in the first 5 rounds, Julio Cesar Chavez threw, I think, 7 punches.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pathetic. It was really pathetic. Like, it doesn't help his case when people say these fights are fixed because
It's because they are.
yeah, I would like to believe that they're not, but this guy Julio Cesar Chavez, he was 45-0 at one point, like maybe 5-6 years ago, and then just I don't know, he just fell off from there. But Jake Paul wins again. He is officially ranked, I think, in the IBF or the WBC rankings, which means he could technically fight for one of those titles. So I don't know if he's going to, I don't know when or if, but supposedly he's ready. So, in the UFC, Scott, did you watch the UFC fights?
yeah, I saw. Well, I saw the main event, and then Morcano's fight.
I gotta say, dude, this Topuria guy, he looks like he's on the path to being one of the best of all time.
Wait, who?
Topuria,
Yeah, I agree.
Ilya
Oh,
Topuria.
Ilya.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. He's on the path.
As I know,
I
Ilya.
get that Charles Little. Charles is 35, 36. Topuria is only 28, but to make quick work of him like he did, man, that was a really good strategy he had going in there. But I will say,
Or was it a dumb strategy by Charles?
well,
I
Charles
think it
is
was
a
more
champion.
dumb by.
Yeah, you fight to win the fight.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell from the beginning that he's not fighting 145ers anymore. Like, Charles was way bigger than him. Looked like he was kind of manhandling. But I think he just got caught. And I don't think Charles has fought anybody that punches as hard as Topuria does. But I was hoping Charles would win. That would have been a good thing for Charles. But this guy's now the double champion. Probably in like the shortest time in the UFC. Stayed active. But they're talking about him and Paddy Pimblett next. Like, what do you think of that?
I like it.
I think people want it because they had this rivalry whenever they were both like unranked in the UFC. Patty's ranked, I think, 8th in the lightweight rankings. Like, there's so many other fights that they could be making. Like Justin Gaethje.
I don't. Dude, he doesn't have the freaking. He's just a one-trick pony.
Yeah, but I think it'll be an exciting fight as far as entertainment goes. But I don't think he can beat Topuria. Topuria's still, he's like, I think Gaethje's 35 also.
Ilya's never lost a fight, right?
No, he's undefeated. They need to make the fight with him and Islam Makhachev. Like, they really need to make that fight, but
That would be amazing.
like, I don't know who would win that one. I want to say Islam would win it, but if Islam won it, it would just be, lay on top of him, overpower him, and choke him out. But we haven't really seen much of Ilya Topuria's grappling, so we'll see how good it is if they ever fight. But Islam moved up to 170. Now he's fighting for the belt there, but since Topuria won here, Islam, if he wins at 170, I don't think they're going to fight each other. Now, if Islam loses, then they'll possibly fight each other. But I don't know. What did you see the other event, Kaikar, France, and Pantoja?
No.
Yeah, that lightweight division, they're just like running out of guys for that Pantoja guy. He's lapping everybody. Supposedly, there was a guy, I actually watched the fight, but it was a Joshua Van who's from Houston, Texas.
Huh.
he fought the number 1 ranked flyweight, which was Brandon Royval. He was ranked number 12, fought the number 1 ranked guy. And keep in mind, this Joshua Van fought 3 weeks ago on the UFC 316 card, and he beat this number 1 ranked guy. So those two are going to fight next, but it's turning into what it was with Mighty Mouse when they couldn't find anybody to beat the champion, and they were talking about getting rid of the flyweight division. So I don't know if that's something that's going to happen, but I don't know. These flyweights, they put on good shows, but it doesn't seem like too many people care about the flyweight division. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
The flyweight division's dead.
I think it's been dead a while, man. Like, it always ends up the same. You know what I mean? Like, they get a champion that nobody can beat, and it's just, ratings just go down. They just keep going down because they're such a big favorite in all these fights once they find that guy. So, it's been, I don't know, the best it's been was when, what's his name, Brandon Moreno was the champion, because, there was some good fights there. Because he could.
What are you talking about?
Those were the better fights, is what I'm saying.
Demetrius Johnson.
Those weren't exciting fights, though. Everybody knew Demetrius Johnson was going to win when Moreno was the champion.
He fought Dominique Cruz.
He didn't fight Dominique Cruz.
And yeah, they did. They fought each other.
Not in the UFC. I think they fought in the WEC. Is when those two fought each other. Henry Cejudo beat Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, I'm talking about the time after Johnson left and until now, Pantoja being the champion. That's when I thought the flyweight division was on its way to becoming better because everybody could beat everybody. But I don't think anybody's going to beat this Pantoja guy for a while. So, and I think it's hurting that division. So, but we'll see what happens with it.
How much is a flyweight? Like 125?
125. Oh, yeah, there's not too many people left that this guy hasn't beat. I mean, can you imagine cutting weight to 125?
What's O'Malley?
O'Malley's 135, but he's a big 135.
See, that was in the UFC they fought. Cruz versus Johnson. I don't know. It was for the bantamweight, though.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't for the flyweight.
Yeah. So, it wasn't flyweight. I think it was before they made the division.
All right. Well, tell me, next fights to make after that, who could beat Ilia Topuria at lightweight next?
This is Islam not going back down, right?
Yes, if Islam doesn't come back.
I think you got to give Patty the shot. That's the most entertaining for me. Like, I don't want to see these guys that Islam already ran through.
Okay.
Maybe you give Arman a shot, but to me, Arman's like, he lost his spot.
Yeah, because he missed weight to fight Islam. That's why they said they made him the backup fighter, because he wanted to prove to Dana White that he can make the weight. So it's like a step in the right direction for him in his camp. So I think that's why they did what they did. But he's the number one contender, I believe. And Justin Gaethje's 3. You have Poirier, who's going to retire, and then you have Holloway that he already beat. So, man, I don't know. I would think it'd probably be Gaethje next. I think they're going to do it because Gaethje's threatening to retire if he doesn't get the title shot.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be a good fight, but I just don't think he could beat this Topuria guy. This guy's an animal. He's insane.
The real thing would be like, okay, maybe Poirier beats Holloway, and then you give Topuria for the win. But I don't even know if I would want to see that because it could be ugly.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure this is Dustin Poirier's last fight. Like, he's not fighting again after this.
Charles, like, he's old. Justin, maybe you give him a shot just because he's a slugger, but you can't beat Max Holloway. You're not going to beat Ilya. I don't care about
What about Dariush? What about Dariush, who just beat Moicano?
That dude's old.
Yeah,
he's 36.
Yeah, he's got all gray hair and everything.
In the first round.
Easy, guy. Easy. We got some 36-year-olds on this freaking show right now.
It's a good thing we're not fighting.
Yeah, you're not fighting, though. Yeah, it's either Arman or freaking
Patty, right?
Patty.
Yeah.
But to me, Patty sells the fight better than Arman.
And they have a history, too, him and Topuria. So, hopefully.
But if you really, I don't know, to me, it's like, he's good. He's on the way up, right? But it would have been better if Islam and him would have fought before Islam like decided to go up to welterweight.
Yeah. I
If he
think
would have fought it
Go
for
ahead.
the true champion and beat it, oh my gosh,
Yeah, that
he'd
would
be
have been pretty
almost
insane.
like top 5, top 6.
So with Islam moving up, if he wins the 170 belt, I don't know if he's going to defend it at all. But some people are saying when he wins the 170 belt that he's going to possibly retire. Like that's supposedly what some people are saying his plan is. But with this guy winning your 155 belt, I don't think you can retire. If that fight happened, that'd be a huge fight.
Yeah.
But
The
we'll see.
welterweights too, they don't like. Nobody intrigues me in that division. Maybe Machado Gary, that would be a good one. But Belal is the kind of. I mean, he gets a lot of hate. I mean, he doesn't. Maybe Shavkat versus Islam if he stays up there.
And there's that guy from Philly, Sean something, who just beat Leon Edwards.
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady.
Yeah, Sean Brady.
I think him and Islam would be a good fight.
Freaking Venom Page, but he I
He's
know he
old.
lost to Gary, but still, he's to me he's not as far back in the
Just
rankings
lost.
as they put him.
Yeah,
lost a lot in
Edwards.
a row.
I think he's
Edwards
better than
lost
Leon
his
Edwards
belt.
right now, probably.
Yeah, Edwards lost
I
his
would
belt,
put
and then he lost to Sean Brady just recently.
Yeah.
But you got to make that fight. They have to make it. That's why they have said that UFC's numbers have been really down lately because it's kind of like this whole change of guard
There's
kind
like
of thing.
one kind of good fight, and then the rest of the cards usually suck.
Yeah, well, this card didn't intrigue much people. Like, not that many people. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the numbers, but from people I talked to, I don't think that many people bought this card because the card didn't intrigue them. But it ended up being a pretty good card because there was a bunch of knockouts. I mean, nobody's ever done that to Charles Oliveira. They've tagged him, but to knock him out like that, whew, this guy's scary though.
I did see a bunch of the Jake Paul undercard fights. Those had a lot of knockouts too.
Yeah, Jake Paul called out Badu Jack, who is the cruiserweight champion right now. Ever heard of him?
No.
Never heard of him either. So we'll see what happens. Jake
Paul
Paul looks fucking huge. He looks massive.
He is big.
Yeah, so but there's still all those questions. People are still saying like he fought a washed up Chavez. Cesar Chavez I think is 39, 38. So pretty much in the twilight of his career. And even after the fight, he was talking shit to Jake Paul, saying like, "No, I don't think you're ready for champions. I could feel you getting tired." Running his mouth after he just got his ass beat. You could see his dad in the crowd just yelling at him, like saying, do something, because he wasn't doing shit. So it wasn't a very good watch. But Jake Paul makes that money, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got, though. You got anything else?
A good match?
What?
Talking about graybeards? Next month, Bill Goldberg going against Gunther.
Gunther?
WWE Championship. Goldberg's back, baby.
They ain't gonna let him win it.
Yeah, are you
Bro,
sure?
I think James could beat Goldberg in wrestling.
No.
Oh yeah.
Not
Goldberg is
Bill. Not Bill.
Gilbert.
Oh, Bill.
I can maybe beat Gilbert.
Bill Gilbert.
Yeah, go ahead, Dustin.
Slam him.
I got this, and I really want to hear Scott's reaction. Did you see the news? Rich Paul came out with LeBron today.
Oh, that he opted in?
Well, he opted in, but then basically said he's opting in to get traded.
Oh.
Let me look this up.
And he says he knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all.
Paul's got a no-hitter going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. Basically, almost like a goodbye.
Where are you going to go? Golden State?
He said he wants to, wherever he thinks he can win a title.
Because he has mentioned he wants to play
Where's
with Steph Curry, right?
Like, who?
Shams Charania.
He's all riled up now.
He thinks
He's
it's
all
not
hot
true.
and bothered.
He's mad.
Who said this?
Who said it?
Who said this?
Don't talk about my LeBron like that.
But he's
Marcus Miller said it.
Reported by a reliable source, Scott. Let me see. Let me try to find this too.
I think he's done.
returned to Cleveland.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go to OKC.
No, he ain't gonna go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
If I was Cleveland, I wouldn't take his ass back.
Get him out of there then.
Top trade.
Get him in.
Cavaliers.
Get him
Hey, what'd you
and
say?
Bronny
What'd you
out
say?
of there.
Bum?
Kick them both
Bum.
out.
That's probably why.
Is he a bum?
That's probably why they're fucking because of Bronny. They want Bronny to get out of there, so they need to get rid
Maybe.
of LeBron too.
Is he a bum, Scott?
No, not yet. Not yet. He's still good.
23 years in the
But
league.
maybe we can work. The new owner's got to get in there, swing. But we didn't do anything really in the draft. I didn't like our freaking.
You didn't
I
have
don't like the
picks.
guy we drafted, but hopefully he'll do good.
Did y'all have a second round pick or what?
Damn, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it says
You ruined my day.
we understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future.
Yeah.
We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career.
That's pretty much saying, "Hey, get the fuck out of LA," is what that's saying.
Well, that's his agent saying that to
It's saying
the
right here,
Lakers.
top 5 candidates. At number 5 is the Golden State Warriors, because he has mentioned he wouldn't mind playing with Steph Curry. All those Olympic titles they've won. Number 4,
They
the
got to be the
Cleveland
oldest team in the
Cavaliers.
fucking league.
What are we gonna get in return?
Draymond.
Like
Not
how
much.
much are they? Oh, because
Draymond.
this is last year, right?
Yeah.
For the Lakers, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Number
So
3,
it's the player option. They can just
the
match it, right?
Dallas
that what the player-
Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks is number 3.
Dallas Mavericks is number 3.
How?
That's just what it's. Hey, you never know with the Mavericks. They might sign him and then trade him. Number
Him
2,
and AD.
San Antonio Spurs. Number 2.
I don't see that, but
I,
All right.
I could see it.
And number 1 is the New York Knicks.
winning a title? There's no way he thinks we're going to win a
The
title.
New York Knicks, they could be one player away.
Okay, that part I could see that.
But what would the Knicks have to give up for him? Cat?
I don't think any sane.
You know you're only going to get LeBron for 1 or 2 years if he gets traded. So
Yeah, nobody's going to give up anything for him hardly.
yeah. Well, you never know. I think the Mavericks might give up a lot because of the.
They're so stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Warriors, Cavs, Mavs, San Antonio Spurs, and the New York Knicks. So keep them out of San Antonio, please. Keep them out of San Antonio. I think it's a good thing that Pop retired or kind of moved up or whatever, because a lot of players in the NBA do want to play with Pop, or they've said that they have. So maybe him moving up is.
If we get
So
LeBron,
all that what it is like he's staying for 1 more year, but he's gonna watch to see if the Lakers do anything, and if they make good moves, I don't think he'll ask for a trade. But if he doesn't, then he'll get out of there.
Oh, so you're saying he's going to play another year after this year?
Well, that's what it means when he opts in for at least 1 more year.
I don't.
That's not what it's saying. That's not what his agent said. They're evaluating their future like right now, not for.
Like he wants a championship this year, is what.
Yeah, that's why he said he's going to monitor they're monitoring these off-season moves.
Scott, let
And
it go,
then
dude. Let it go, man.
If he likes them, then he'll stay. Is how I'm reading it.
Have they made any moves?
None. 0. I don't think can they afford to?
I mean, not without getting rid of some key pieces that they have right now. I mean,
who are the key pieces?
We got Luka.
Yeah, they got Luka. They're not going to get rid of him. He's the new face, obviously.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves is one that they had.
No, we gotta trade Austin Reeves.
I think he's
Dalton,
get him out of there.
Dalton Connect. They already tried to trade him, and
send him to San Antonio.
They want a center. I know that. The Lakers do.
yeah.
Someone said connect for LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo Ball just got traded.
No,
I'm sorry,
Lonzo.
Lonzo got traded.
Lonzo
That's right.
did. Yeah, he got traded for
that
Isaac
dude's a bum.
Okoro. He's going to Cleveland.
It was a bum when Magic drafted him. I knew it was a freaking.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
surprised.
know what that
If
was.
LaMelo Ball gets
Just
traded,
a publicity stunt.
I wouldn't be surprised LaMelo Ball gets traded, considering the Hornets' history.
They're horrible.
You had Kobe, you had Shea, both NBA champions, MVPs, both gone. So LaMelo Ball is really good. Like he's gonna be really good if he gets on the right team. They ain't gonna win nothing in Charlotte. So,
put him on
yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah,
Give us
maybe
8
they are
guards.
gonna ship him off somewhere.
you think they'll shift him off somewhere he wants to go, or something that's gonna benefit them? If they trade LeBron, how many first rounds would somebody be dumb enough to pay?
3.
3?
3 first rounders.
If
No,
For 1 year with
gonna
LeBron.
win now, I think it's worth every penny.
only if
You
you're the
said 3?
Jazz.
Yeah,
I think
maybe 2.
I think the Jazz
At
will do
least
that.
2.
Well, he's gonna have to go somewhere he's not gonna be the guy.
Well, he knows that. He doesn't care.
All the championship contenders, he won't be the guy.
Correct. Yeah, it's not
Imagine.
that.
You go Cleveland, you go New York.
Nobody's
Who
the
else?
guy
Who else
41.
made it?
Well, maybe the Warriors. I mean, Steph's getting kind of old, but it'll always be Steph's team, I guess.
God,
No, that'll
they
be
probably,
that
honestly,
won't be good.
the Warriors
Maybe
probably
the
would win
Mavs,
it
like
all
you
if
said.
they got him. I mean, had Curry not gone down last year, who knows what would have happened?
Dude, I'll
If
take
they
LeBron
keep
on the
Jimmy
Spurs.
Butler and they take they have LeBron, Jimmy,
It goes
LeBron,
back
and
to
Steph
Cleveland.
and Draymond. No, I'm thinking he has talked about wanting to play with Steph, so I'm thinking that's probably where they're gonna go, especially if it's just for a couple more years, 2 at the most.
Yeah, I think it's 2 at the most.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, I mean, he's maybe got 2 or 3 years left too, so well, we'll see what happens. Do you got a Mount Rushmore, Austin? What do
Minnesota?
we got?
Minnesota, yeah. I can
Dallas?
see Minnesota.
Damn. I don't know.
Minnesota.
We'll see. It'll be
Dude,
interesting.
I'll take LeBron on the Spurs for like 2 second-rounders. That's about it.
We'll trade you. We're gonna get Wemby
they
for
can-
LeBron.
And they could have Dylan Harper's mom. Never mind. No, we're keeping her.
All right, do we got a Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, dude. Freaking, I guess
Burgers.
burgers.
Best
Best
burgers.
Best burgers.
Best burger
Who won?
places.
Who won last time? I won. Dustin, you got second. James, you got third. Scott, last.
Dude, that one was rigged. Like it wasn't even a true board game.
It was rigged.
I kind of agree with you.
You talked to everybody, Austin.
I
I
know.
don't talk to
You
anyone.
Facebook messaged everybody and
Yeah,
said, "Hey,
you have
vote
a-
for me."
Because
do you have a fail sound on there? Like on the
it's like
soundboard?
we changed the rules halfway through
We
it,
did.
and you can't. It's an invalid.
Yes,
list.
because
It's
I would have
invalid
took
Rushmore.
Connect 4 after we talked about that too. I was like, what the? I could have had Connect
That
4.
ain't no
Y'all
fucking-
quit trying to save face.
Scott, it's okay, dude.
Battleship.
It's
that ain't
over.
No board
Shit,
game.
That is a board you're playing on.
That's like fucking saying dice. You get the dice out of the package.
I heard that.
Oh, that's a board game. Like, come on.
Battleship is done on a control board. It's the most realistic board game.
Guess who? I need another pen. Who has got a freaking?
What's
pen?
the best
And
burgers?
by the way, so before we start this,
Yeah, we gotta-
Austin, you cannot just like
ground
Google
rules.
the best burgers you've ever seen. These have to be burgers you've actually
Yes,
tried.
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, he's picking. He's trying to win every time. Like picking.
No, I fucking play to lose the game.
You pick your favorite.
No, you
Mount
don't.
Rushmore is your favorite stuff.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's exactly what it
okay.
is.
I swear to God, if you pick a place you haven't eaten at,
You think Kevin Garnett, when they ask him, "Hey, who's your starting 5?" He's like, "Well, let me see who everybody thinks their favorite player is. I'm gonna go Michael Jordan."
Mama
Madden,
knows
No,
burgers.
Will Chamberlain. Yeah,
Yoli strolling.
I've never
Burgers.
seen Will Chamberlain play, but I know he was good.
Jesus, no, you
Miss
pick.
White's
You don't play
Burgers,
the all.
and
You
I'm gonna
pick
get all
your
their
favorite
votes.
stuff.
the first burger I hear somebody say it's suspicious of whether or not they've tried. I'm
Oh,
saying,
mine are gonna be mostly fast food ones. I mean,
but no, but I mean
I don't
this.
know. Yeah, I don't know the whole like stipulations though, or what consider like are we doing fast food? Not
Like
fast food,
any
but-
burger,
Any burger.
any burger.
From a
Like say you had a
restaurant?
burger down here at fucking Clear Springs or whatever. Clear Springs burger.
Yeah.
But
If you had one.
but
But no,
I want one with
Don't
tomatoes
Google.
and mayo. Can you pick one with like
No.
tomatoes?
No,
No,
it's
it's the
the
restaurant.
place.
It's the place. Okay.
Yes.
Oh
It's not your favorite burger with pickles or
yeah.
it's not that. No, it's what
it's
burger
not
you've had
fucking
at
the
any
Krusty
place.
Krab,
Yeah.
Krabby Patty.
Yeah, that would be your first pick.
You never had one?
All right.
Yeah, crabs.
So who's going first?
Me.
All right.
Give me
Who's going second?
Five Guys.
Oh
Dustin's
my
going
God,
second.
The most overrated. What
Dustin's
a bust
going
of a
second.
pick.
Dustin's going third.
The best, most expensive one, yeah.
You just took Lonzo Ball with the first pick right there. That's a Lonzo Ball pick.
All right. Is it my pick now?
Yeah.
All right, Lone Star Floathouse.
You just
It's
took the
down-
Anthony
it's down
Bennett.
River Road.
I know where that's at.
It's fucking so
We
good.
have so many followers from New Braunfels that listen to this.
I'm not worried about winning. I'm telling you my favorite burger.
Okay.
Lone Star Floathouse is unreal.
I know. I've heard. I would vote for you, but I'm from here.
Yeah.
All right.
James
It's,
ever had that?
it's Scott's.
Yeah. No, it's yours. It's yours.
I'm going last.
No. You're
You
third.
picked the order. You
Yeah,
want me to go third?
he
Yeah.
picked you third.
Well, Scott got last in the last one.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Baconator.
Wendy's.
Wendy's?
The Wendy's
So you have to say
Baconator.
Wendy's. No,
Yes.
no, it's just Wendy's.
Nope.
No, it's
see,
The tomato
this is
nader?
exactly what I wanted to.
Well, then put in Wendy's Baconator.
No. It's just the place. You
Oh,
can't pick the best
Yeah.
specific
Yes,
burger.
See? No, that's exactly. I was
no,
like, hey,
you-
maybe I wanted a Wendy's.
Yeah, it's just the
Big
place.
Dave's.
Yeah, but like if you pick
Big
like
Dave's.
a Big Mac, like
Yeah.
everybody's gonna know McDonald's Big Mac.
No.
No,
You picked the
no.
place.
No, it's
We
not.
just said
They
that
know
before.
when
You
pick
can't just say
McDonald's
Wendy's
that that's part of
burgers
it.
and
I don't like Big
Yes.
Macs.
There are several types of burgers, but we're going off the burger itself. You know, we're
Boom.
not going off of condiments on it or anything like that.
But you just said the Baconator.
Yeah, well,
That's a
everybody knows it's going to be from
That's
Wendy's.
a type of burger.
Yes, it's a burger from Wendy's.
You get
Wait,
Wendy's.
wait,
That's
Wendy's.
it. You cannot pick a
Yes,
type of
you
burger.
can.
Okay, you're going to put just put Wendy's
Okay,
Baconator.
I know this is gonna freaking
on
go
there.
On there. I don't like Big Macs from McDonald's, but I love their freaking.
You love the
little-
quarter pounders.
That's like saying,
just
yeah,
double-
yeah. Why don't you just pick the whole menu of?
Yeah, the whole freaking menu.
Yeah,
No, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is before this, we said we're just picking the place, not the burger.
No.
You said that to
burgers
Austin.
at the place.
You said that to Austin.
Okay, it doesn't matter, dude.
And now you're changing the
Everybody
rules.
knows what we're talking
This is what
about.
he did
though.
last time. This is what he
See,
did last
it
time.
changes-
Justin.
it
He
changes
the rules.
No. You can't like. They know what I mean when I say Baconator from
I
Wendy's.
could put Wendy's Baconator, and I could put
Just put Wendy's. How about that?
No, Wendy's Baconator.
Because you're worried about
Just
losing?
put Baconator. No, I'm just talking about. I order a Wendy's Baconator. I love the Wendy's Baconator.
and I love the Wendy's
Wendy's
double-
nuts hit your.
Wendy's nuts in your mouth. The fucking
You love
I
the
can't do-
Wendy's.
That's funny.
Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah.
No, I love when the Wendy's nuts hit
Yeah,
you.
when Wendy's nuts hit your. The Big Tom's freaking burger, like the regular freaking burger. I don't like the Baconator. I like the regular burger from Wendy's, which I would put
Yeah.
So we'll put the number 2 then now.
Basically,
Somebody
yeah.
else can pick the number 3.
Yes,
And then the number 4.
exactly.
Yes. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, just good.
Whatever.
All right.
Scott, what do
I'm
you got?
gonna
You got
go
two.
Pete Terry's.
P. Terry's Burgers.
Which one? What's all on it? What's everything
No,
that
yeah.
you eat?
The fucking whole menu.
The double meat, the triple meat.
Yeah. No one else is gonna pick Pete Terry's anyway, so
I would have.
they'll
I love
know
fucking
when you
Pete
go to
Terry's.
Pete Terry's. It's good.
I love Pete Terry's.
Pete Terry's is good.
All right, you pick another one.
Oh, Culver's.
Okay.
Never been there.
Never heard of it.
I've had that once, and I had a burger. Pretty good.
Oh my god.
P. Terry's, yeah, I had a P. Terry's
You know
the
what?
other day.
Let me
for the first
let me
time.
change
Yeah,
my
good.
vote.
Audrey said it sucked.
Yeah,
I
well, she
wanna
doesn't
change
even
my
like
vote.
anything. What are you changing yours to?
Nope.
Just
Can't do
give
it.
me Whataburger.
Nope. Can't do it. I already wrote down Culver's.
All right, I'm gonna
people
go
would
with the
want it.
White Castle slider.
White Castle.
Have you ever had that?
I have,
Yes.
absolutely, I have.
And-
Dude,
When we went
those
to
are
Chicago,
trash burgers.
They're
too
trash.
I had it just to have it. No, I loved them.
Dude, I like them out of the freaking frozen food section thing. Make them in the microwave.
I call them white trash.
I agree, Scott.
burgers.
Look at you two, a white and Mexican, fucking shaking
Gang-
hands
ganging
over
up.
white trash. The world's coming to a better place.
Shaking hands over white trash.
Next will be trailer trash.
Dustin, what do you got?
Just back
What's
to you.
the-
My next.
Yeah.
Is Whataburger still available?
Yes, it is.
I will pick Whataburger.
Number 1.
Give me the number 2 with bacon. The
Ooh.
double meat with cheese with bacon.
Give me the number 13 chicken strips.
Cheap chip burger.
Oh yeah, they have that chicken strip sandwich.
They have the patty melt.
That's
They have
not a
all
freaking
Yeah,
burger.
The patty melt's good.
That's
The
not a
A1
burger.
burger.
A1
Yeah.
thick and hearty. See,
Yeah.
that's
That's a burger.
I could pick that.
You
Yeah,
could.
you can.
You can pick the patty
What?
melt too.
I'm just gonna go with freaking McDonald's.
You can lick these balls too, motherfucker. All right. All right, you got to pick again. Also,
McDonald's and give me my old.
are you taking the quarter pounder?
QP with cheese?
Is that what you're
Boom,
taking for
yeah.
your McDonald's burger?
Yeah.
Or you,
I'm not taking
are
the
you
Big Mac.
taking
I don't like the Big Mac.
Are you taking
I
the
want the QPC with cheese.
double cheeseburger?
QPC with cheese.
Okay.
And then give me a belt buster.
Okay.
Dairy Queen.
Oh, pretty good. So it's my turn?
Nope. Dustin's turn.
I'm trying to think here.
See,
I thought he just went.
I picked twice, and it's Dustin's turn, and then it's your turn.
Oh yeah, because you're
no,
number
it's
one.
James' turn.
All right. I forgot.
So you got 2 picks coming up, and
Give me Iron Horse Saloon.
ooh, again, no one knows what that is besides me.
Well,
But they're very, very good.
I will say though, that place, a lot of people that visit here actually, I feel like, go there and know about it.
I've taken everyone there, and
The burgers are freaking good.
The burgers are so good.
I'm gonna go with the Shake Shack burger.
Never had one.
Oh,
Pretty good.
that's pretty good.
Is that like a Shake Shack burger?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yes.
Scotty.
I guess give me Jack in the Box.
Oh my god!
Welcome, Jack and Box.
Jack
How we
in the
gonna fuck your
crack.
shit up today?
You just lost again, Scott. I got you last.
And then for my last pick, I'm just gonna go with like a good barbecue, a grilled burger, a homemade grilled burger
From
where?
from myself.
Oh my
general.
god!
Hey, that counts.
I thought it had to be a restaurant.
Nope.
But
Or just anyone who makes any grilled burger.
they're actually significantly better most of the
Yeah.
time.
Probably like 95% of the time. Yeah, they're way better.
I'm gonna go with the Thick and Hearty
Ooh.
from Whataburger, because I actually do love those. I think every time I go to fucking Whataburger, I order that. Have y'all tried the chicken strip
Yeah,
burger?
the honey
Is that
honey
pretty
barbecue
good?
chicken strip
I
sandwich.
don't think I've ever tried it.
I've tried it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay. And it's your turn now.
Dustin's turn. I'm
Trying to think.
too. Yeah, me too. I'm like,
Trying to
what
think
else
of
is there?
a.
What else is
Sonic
there?
burgers are kind of underrated.
They're-
Underrated. but
Oh,
They're
that's
terrible.
pretty good.
No,
people
I
freaking-
think they're pretty good.
They're hated, or
I hate 'em.
people kind of
Yeah.
like them. Like
It's kind of like
I like
it's kind of
them.
like Dairy Queen too. Like some
Oh,
people
no.
hate them, some people
George
love
West
'em.
Dairy Queen burgers.
I do like
Boom.
Dairy Queen burgers, but
Yeah.
not Sonic.
I guess it depends on the Sonic you
Yes.
go to.
I'm trying to think here in my head. This one I want to pick a place that I like, and I'm trying to think of like, was there any kind of staple in our area that had badass burgers?
I don't know if you
Dairy
like this or
Queen.
not, but what are the? Have you ever been to Fat Burger?
Yes.
Okay, what are the ones that have
I
the
haven't.
egg on it?
I'm gonna go to Trill Burger.
Yeah, those are pretty
What-
good.
That place, I think I did have a really good burger there.
It's not called that there.
Y'all ever been to
Yeah, I know. I can't think of what it's called.
Twin
though.
Peaks has the hangover burger, but it has the egg on there.
Give me Bubba's 33 or whatever that place is called in Corpus. That place has a pretty damn good burger, actually. I think that's what it's called, Bubba's 33. I'll double check. I've been there a couple times. I was like, man, it's good stuff.
God, why am I always freaking last?
Yeah, it's Bubba's 33.
Give me.
Austin's gonna win because his are all the cheapest. You can fucking
Duh.
get.
I relate with the audience, dude.
You don't like these burgers.
Yeah. Fucking Bellbuster.
Maybe this one
Yes.
maybe on this one. But how many of the ones has he done where he's never even heard of?
Probably.
Like I bet you've never even played Sorry and it's in your fucking
I played it last
underneath the
weekend.
entertainment by yourself or what?
Duh.
I'm just saying, we're the only ones that have come over here in the last.
Operation. I played it by myself. It's down there. So I just picked everything that I freaking played.
Damn it! I gotta start over.
Shit. What do I want? Where? God, dude, Pete Terry's is freaking weighing on my mind.
Actually, can I change my pick or
No, nobody changed picks.
Nope. No.
Did Scott change his?
Nope.
No. He did not.
Yeah, but it's not the one that's better. But it's okay.
Damn it.
You want me to give you one?
Not really.
Would chicken sandwiches qualify as
No.
burgers? No. Okay.
Absolutely not.
I'm just asking.
And then freaking Iron. I'm trying to think of like all the past burgers I've had.
He's like,
Iron Horse.
he gets his
was
phone
freaking
and
so good.
he gets his phone and messages Megan Nance. What is your favorite?
Yeah.
burger?"
Yeah.
Megan Nance.
Yeah.
I got a group message with the Nances, so
Yeah.
Right after that message, he's gonna say, "Mom, go vote for me on
Oh
the."
yeah, you owe Miss Nance $20, by the way, Scott.
yeah. Oh, damn it. We picked
Okay, we're running out of time. I gotta
Culver's.
play that show.
All right.
Okay.
I'll find
Hope you guys like the interview with Coach Murrah. We're going to be getting a lot more coaches on coming up pretty soon. Football season is 70 days away, 71 days away, something like that. High school is closer, obviously. 2 days are about to start. We're going to get them coming in here over and over again. Dustin, you need to start using your connections.
That's right.
We're going to figure it all out. Until next time, though, we are out of here. See you guys later.